of the candidates and the issues at stake on September 2 for voters in the Diamond-Rich constituency. And later on Eyewitness News,
it is more about competence and more about your character, your demeanor, the way you have conducted yourself in the public space, how resourceful you are, and so on and so forth, especially when you are in your position.
The advice from a political watcher as the NPP internal primaries heat up with a trade of words happening among leading aspirants. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
businesses push for measures to shield Citi ahead of Q4 import pressures.
That's in 15 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including Bugli Radio 88.6 in Wa, and also on Zuarungu-based Word 88.3 FM in Upper East. In Yendi on Dasuma 99.1 FM. In Volta region, Aflao to be specific, Holy 98.5 FM. In Somanya on Right 90.1 FM in Sna. In Kumasi on Orange 107.9 in Kumasi. In Sunyani on Greener 95.9 FM. In Takrady on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM. On YouTube and on Facebook, look for Citi FM. And if you want us to hear what your views are or know what your views are, send them to us on WhatsApp 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. You can also go on Twitter, now known as X, and tweet at me by mentioning my handle at Umar Rusanda or at Citi973. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umar Rusanda Amadu here with Ejubi Uyafi Akintin. We start off with the government's agenda to end illegal mining. On Thursday, August 21st, 2025, that's 4 or 5 days ago, the national organizer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Joseph Yamin, called on President John Dramani Mahama to immediately suspend all anti-galamsey or anti-illegal mining operations across the country. He made the appeal at Bontinsu in the Amansia West District of the Ashanti region, following a misunderstanding between some community members and the Inspector General of Police's task force. Joseph Yamin argued that the military and the police should take the lead in combating illegal mining. He, however, alleged that some members of the task force are exploiting the exercise for personal gain instead of addressing the core problem. Let's listen to him.
I am by this moment telling the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, sir, as a matter of urgency, immediately he should order the stop of any mining operations being carried out. What the task forces are doing, the task forces can never be said as fighting illegal mining, but rather extracting money and creating problems. Until order the IGP, the Interior Minister, whichever task force be area said, they should immediately all
So that's Joseph Yamin. He's national organizer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Now, is that a solution? Darrell Bosu is Deputy Director of Aquitia Ghana, an environmental or an organization that is based or deals with the environment. He's joined us on the line for some reactions to this story. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Good evening. You as well.
So this government said it is fighting galamsey. The IGP has taken that personnel, set up a task force to do the fight. We saw them in Bontinso 2 weeks or so ago, taking on the community, moving two excavators out of the township after they discovered that there was some wrongdoing happening. Tonight, the national organizer of the NDC, perhaps the person who tells the NDC folks what to do and what not to do and which they listen to, is inviting the president to abandon that particular enterprise. He says they are exploiting the people rather than helping them. Is that what you also read on the ground?
Thank you very much, Savannah, for this. And also, I need to say that, look, before I respond, I think it's important to also pay attention to the person who is bringing this message. In one breath, he's saying that the police who are supposed to be enforcing the laws and trying to prevent people from engaging in legality are extorting money from miners on the ground. First, that's a point that is well noted. And I must say that from my own very experience, if you go to most of these mining areas, you see the police actively, some police actively on the ground, going from one mining site to the other. Sometimes their vehicles and motorbikes are even more dirty than the people themselves on the field. And you ask yourself, what are they doing if they are not enforcing the law? So for many of these places where you see the police going back and forth, the miners are still very active, and every day new people join. So it's the case that what Yamin is saying is true. But there's also the point where you also hear him say, because of that, let's abandon the fight against Galamsey. Which for me, we don't agree with him. He's not crying wolf, but that also does not mean that we should abandon the fight to really deal with the impunity that is going on. And for that, I think that it was a bit unprogressive in the manner in which he was insinuating that the government now acts that way. So to that extent, I would say, yes, he brought up a very key issue that we've been talking about for a long time. And the fact that he's very connected to the players of power, he's saying it bully as he did, is very, very important. And I think that it should be a call for some internal reflection by the IGP. And we do not agree that that should, in effect, lead to us handling the fight against them. We still need the teams on the ground, the boots on the ground, to ensure that people who are still stubborn, who are still being notorious, are still dealt.
But, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
The worry is that it will sound as if there are conflicting messages coming through from the government, and that would lead to some perhaps confusion or differences in messages, and people would then end up taking advantage of that. Now that a very high-ranking officer like the national organizer is saying ban or disband these task force, it will put some confusion in the ranks of those who are seeking to fight the menace, don't you think? Because his voice is a loud and weighty one, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, you are likely to have that kind of perception because, like I said, this guy is very connected to the government. He is not just anyone talking. He is a national organizer for the party in power, and what he's saying really carries a lot of weight. So we need to really be listening to him, and it is also good for the government to be divided on the front lines. I mean, people have already been asking, why is that so actively on the ground fighting Galamsey, when we know that not too long ago, the ministry and the government has also launched what you call NIMOS. And so you tend to see two very different operations happening. And I see that there's an opportunity for government to really consolidate their actions, bring the police out of NIMOS, and really serve as a tentacle eye of NIMOS that they can effectively work. So it is for me a call for government to put their house in order. We cannot win this fight if the front lines are divided among themselves and there's this kind of confusion. So for me, like I said, it is not a good message, a progressive message coming from him to say let's suspend activities on addressing or operations on illegal mining. That also does not mean that we shouldn't listen to the concerns that he has raised. That's a very important point raised over there. And if this government is very committed to this and dealing with it, it's going to address the current parallel activities of the task force as well as the NIMOS, which is also operating at the same time. So let's deal with it. Let's take it very seriously. Let's make sure that we go to the and deal with the issues that he's talking about. If the IGP still wants to continue, I think he needs to really sit down and reflect with the team internally and weed out the corruption that is so associated with the team that is on the ground, making communities really fight off the police anytime they go. It is not the same case with NIMO. So I think that the government, one party, one government, they need to be talking to themselves. They need to harmonize their activities. Then we can really have a very successful campaign.
The president is the head of the nation. If he has to take a decision, who should he listen to? His organizer, who is at the grassroots and listens to everybody, or his inspector general of police, who is coordinating security? In deciding who should he listen to, how should the president be acting or reacting to this advice from his national organizer, his party's national organizer?
Well, I think we are not in an election mode. They are now in power, and then I think that it is time for them to govern the country, and that is why the government has really positioned an IGP in place to enhance access to intelligence and all of that on the ground. So, if anything at all, yes, you don't discount or you do not ignore what the party executives are saying, but you should also give heed to what the IGP said, because now you are in government and you have to act as a government. You are not just speaking to your people or your grassroots, you are speaking or working for the nation. So with the IGP working for the nation, I think the government needs to make sure that the IGP is also listening to the voices on the ground and not completely setting it aside, but listening to the voice on the ground and taking action appropriately. So the IGP has a lot of responsibility and he bears the weight of responsibility in terms of ensuring that this police or the policemen and women they are deploying to the ground to do illegal mining activities are not engaging in other illegalities like corruption and bribery, which is really bringing the activities and a dispute. So I believe the president really needs to work with everybody, the rank and file of the government, and also with his party to make sure that we are successful. Otherwise, if the party does not succeed, his government is not. If the government does not succeed, the party is also not going to succeed. I need to say.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Savannah.
Daryl Busu, he is Deputy Director of Aquitia, Ghana. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, coming to you from our studios in Accra. I'm Umaru Sandamadu here with Jupi Wiafia Kenton. We have more when we return. Please stay.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you are abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, and what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it will protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it. So where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you handle my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go! And Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
Hello, Kwame.
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our Express Points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, over the weekend, former Minister for Agriculture, MP for Abetifi, has been trending. Now, you also know that he is aspiring to be flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. He made some statements that has led to lots of commentary, some condemning him, some, of course, on his side, celebrating him. These are statements he made in relation to the NPP's internal contest, and he made specific statements relating to former Vice President and former flag bearer or presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, let's listen to what he said at a public forum, which has generated a lot of controversy, and then we'll engage some of the people who understand the issues at play and how the NPP can move out or conclude that internal process without a bigger problem than it currently has.
I'm very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Makusi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground.
That's actually Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former Vice President and also former flag bearer presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. Now, what I was trying to get for you is that statement that was made by Dr. Brian Champon, which necessitated that response from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that actually has been one of the trending videos from the weekend. Lots of party members have been reacting to that particular issue, and you've heard Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself react. Subsequently, we've even seen publications listing the so-called 10 sins of Dr. Brian Champon. Let's listen to Dr. Brian Champon.
And in 2024, everyone of the peace and unrest when you see the system, and you are a victim of circumstances, it's not your fault. But we cannot use this situation when I have files of way which will solve it in 2028. But the suspicion will not go away. And everything will not be held to answer and stay in the position because of this.
So that's Dr. Brian Champon, former Minister for Agriculture, who is also an aspirant in the NPP internal primaries as they look for a flag bearer. Dr. Bawumia has already reacted, and you've heard that soundbite. Let's speak to Kwesi Botwe. Kwesi Botwe is aide to the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Omar, thank you very much. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you. So, first of all, where was Dr. Bawumia reacting, and why did he think he should react to what Brian Champon said?
Thank you very much. Good evening to you once again, and good evening to your cherished listeners and colleagues watching us on YouTube or Facebook. I think, Omar, after the 2024 electoral defeat, which was devastating, it has generated considerably a lot of heat and a lot of arguments, and a lot of it is being put on the head of the presidential candidate, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, this is normal, I must say. People in times like this usually want to hold others blamable other than usually they themselves. It happened in '92 after Dubois led the New Patriotic Party to the '96 defeat, which the party came out with a stolen verdict. It happened in '97 again. It happened in 2009. It happened in 2013, and it happened in it's happening now in 2025. And so this is not the first time presidential candidates shall be held responsible or accountable for an electoral defeat in the history of the New Patriotic Party. But you see, the language of some of our presidential aspirants and their supporters by trying to draw ethnic and religious, reasons and as to why we lost the election. I think that is quite unfortunate, because after the 2024 elections, there's been a couple of research reports. The party itself conducted the Professor Michael Kwe report. Musa Dankwa, your very own Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics, also conducted the research. And the Ashanti regional party also conducted the research. There's been quite a number of research works also by several university lecturers and professors. In fact, none of these research reports have been able to substantiate and establish that the NPP's defeat in 2024 was caused by the religion, one, the religion, and two, the tribe of the presidential candidate, that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. None of these reports have been able to establish, this fact. And so I do not know where the respected Brian Champon, gathered his information to make such a statement. I think it's a very sensitive statement to make, and as politicians, we have to be very minded and mindful not to drag religion and ethnicity into the politics that we seek to do. Because tomorrow, I think that if we are to have a conversation as to why NPP lost the 2024 election, you can mention a whole lot of factors that led to the NPP's loss, both internal and external. Talk about external factors like the Russia, Ukraine. We all know it affected the New Patriotic Party. We talk about internal matters like government matters, to reshuffle or not to reshuffle, handling of the domestic debt exchange program, that is the haircut, the harsh economic conditions, the imposition of taxes, which Ghanaians were not happy about, the e-levy and betting tax, slow pace of infrastructure development, Agenda 111, one village, one dam, the Pokwasi Tawomi touches. People were unhappy. People were unhappy with the slow pace of such matters. Unemployment matters. The party did it best. But, there are a whole lot of matters that contributed to the loss of the New Patriotic Party, including party matters. Some internal party matters where party people were unhappy with some of the decisions that the leadership of the NPP took, and so many other decisions. And so I do not think that the religion and the data does not also show that the religion or the tribe of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia contributed to the loss of the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 poll. In fact, you realize that some people also make the claim that in the Boko enclave, we lost because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the Mamputi and the Mamputis are fighting the Kutatis and what have you. But tomorrow, to be very fair, and again, going back to the data, you realize that the Boko enclave, the first constituencies in the Boko enclave, has never been for the UP or the NPP tradition. It has never been. It has never been. In fact, in 1996, let me even start from 1992. During the 1992 election, the NPP had 0 seats in the six constituencies in the Boko enclave. In 1996, we had 0 seats. In 2000, the NPP had a single seat, 1 seat. In 2004, the NPP had 0 seats. In 2008, the NPP had 2 seats. In 2012, the NPP had 0 seats. In 2000, when the NPP had 0 seats, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not the presidential candidate. In 2012, when the NPP had 0 seats, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not the presidential candidate. In 2016, we had 2 seats. In 2020, we had 1 seat. And then in 2024, it came back to 0 seats. And so you realize that out of about elections, the NPP, has had about 0 seats in about 5 or 4 of them. So I think that we need to have a proper conversation about these and a proper education and orientation about these tribal and bigotry statements that some of the presidential aspirants have started making. Because talking about I feel this election to be about the competencies of each of the candidates, what you can do, what you've done in your life, your track record, what you've been able to achieve for yourself and do for the party. I think that is where the conversation should be focused on.
But is Dr. Bernard Champon not re-echoing the views of many within your party? For instance, I'm looking at someone who used to be your party and government spokesperson on security and governance, Pargrave Boachi Dankwa. Dr. Pargrave Boachi Dankwa, he has been quoted by Modern Ghana as saying that, quote, Dr. Bawumia should tell us why we lost. He should tell us why we lost in all Zongos, why we lost in all Muslim communities. He should tell us why we lost in all Kusasi communities. The data is very clear why we lost. We know why we lost. If we lost because Muslims themselves didn't vote, those reasons will remain. If we lost a particular tribe because a particular tribe did not vote, the reasons will remain. This is Dr. Pargrave Boachi Dankwa. He tried to be your parliamentary candidate, and he was your government spokesperson on security. What he has said and what Dr. Bernard Champon said sounds similar. Why then do you think some of your party folks are making these statements?
You see, Dr. Pargrave Boachi Dankwa is not just one of our party people. Let's situate him in the right context and right perspective with regard to this matter. He's a leading campaign team member for one of the persons who is aspiring to contest Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is the Honorable Kennedy Japan. And so let us situate him proper so it doesn't look as if he's a neutral party member who is trying to make a statement. He's a supporter and a strategist for the Honorable Kennedy Japan, who is also a contender. But you see, Omaro, the statement by Pargrave Boachi Dankwa is not only disingenuous, but it is inaccurate and it is wrong. Because to say the NPP lost in all Zongo communities, it's factually inaccurate. It is not true. There are Zongo communities that the NPP won. You go to Sunyani, for instance, the Sunyani West constituency. There are Zongo communities, a couple of them, so many of them, that the NPP won in Sunyani West. Even in Greater Accra here, there are so many Zongo communities that I do not have the data to share with you red-handed. But there are so many Zongo communities that the New Patriotic Party. In fact, you take the Citi region, okay? The NPP's vote climbed in 15 regions. The only region that we were able to increase our vote was the Northeast region, where we appreciated our vote as compared to the 2020 polls by 20,000 votes. You go to Ashanti region, about 841,000 voters who voted for the NPP in the 2020 elections did not come out to vote in the 2024 election. You go to the central region, the backyard of Honorable Kennedy Japan. About 350,000 voters who voted for the MPP in the 2020 elections did not come out to vote. Doesn't mean they were all Kusati. You go to the eastern region, the backyard of the Honorable Barney Champo. About 480,000 MPP voters who voted for the MPP in the 2020 elections failed to vote for the MPP in the 2024 elections. Doesn't mean all the 480,000 plus voters are Kusati. You come to the greater Accra region, about 550 NPP voters who voted for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and candidate President Akufo-Addo in 2020 failed to vote for the party in the 2024 elections. So you realize that the data does not support the statements that some of these persons make. The data is on our side, and excuse my language and in all humility, ignorance seems to be on the other side. Because they make statements and their statements are not supported by the data. Because how can you say that? How can you say that somebody lost because the person is a monkey? Granted, without admitting that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a monkey, and that is why he had zero in some of the society constituencies. Are you aware President Mahama also had zero in some of the police stations in the Aquitia constituencies? You take the data and you realize that the data clearly shows and establishes that President Mahama also had zero police stations in the Aquitia enclave. And so it cannot be the case, and it cannot be accurate for anybody to say that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia lost because he is a Kusati. Sorry, because he's a Mampriti, and that the Kusatis were angry and they didn't come to vote. So, it is a very emotional argument to make. It is a very unfortunate and tribal and ethnocentric argument to make, which I feel it is a dangerous one, of course, to make.
Okay.
And so, as politicians, we must all tread cautiously.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you.
And Umaru Atalan, you take the contributions Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has made to this party. At the time he was making all these contributions, why didn't this person say that because he's a Mamputi, his contributions are not welcome? When he was making public lectures prior to the 2016 elections and was in the box defending the MPP during the 2012 election petition case, why didn't they make this case that he's a Mamputi and that his contribution is not welcome? I am from Kwarum Paiso, and I wholeheartedly believe in the competencies of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I do not think that politics is an idea of religion and tribe. Politics, I believe that it's an idea and the exchange is a concept of idea and the exchange of ideas and what you bring to the table. I'm very grateful for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's Christy Boche, his aide to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president. Let's speak to Eric Chum, his aide to Dr. Brian Champon, former minister for agriculture. Mr. Chum, are these comments necessary and relevant in your internal discourse at this time that your boss was making them?
Mari, can you say again? I couldn't quite.
The comments made by your boss, are they necessary for you at this time of your healing process, considering that you're already having a lot of difficulties and now you are making your internal wranglings even worse than they already are?
What comments are you specifically referring to?
The comment for which we called you up for a conversation, sir. The comments by your boss, Dr. Brian Champon, on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his ethnicity.
Well, I mean, to start with, he introduced me as an aide to Dr. Brian Champon. A little correction is I'm actually the spokesperson for the Brian Champon campaign.
Okay, apologies for that.
That's fine. Well, to start with, I don't recall. I mean, and I was actually present at that said meeting, that discussion. I do not recall Dr. Brian Champon making specific references to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's ethnicity. This was a meeting of party executives who are part of the Brian Champon for President campaign, and he spoke for almost an hour and a half, going through his contribution to the party, what he has done as a Minister of State for Interior, National Security, and also as a Minister of Agriculture, and his contribution to the party from when we were in opposition till we gained power in 2017 and thereafter. Now, with reference to what you're talking about, he made reference to the fact that the data suggests that for one reason or the other, there are areas within the country where we performed abysmally, and the result was as a result of some conflict that was happening in those areas. And that he used the fact that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a victim of circumstances. Now, to even predicate that, this is somebody that has supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia extensively from his quest to be the flag bearer of the MPP to when he actually got the flag bearership and was contesting to be president of this country. And that has not been in doubt. And so for anybody to turn around to now say that for him to make reference to a data that is available to everybody to suggest that that was an exercise in tribal bigotry is just being disingenuous.
I don't understand. So what? Dr. Bernie Champon was reiterating the comments so he would condemn them. Is that why he made the comments he made? Because we heard him, right?
No, but reiterating what comments? And I'm saying that he made the point. I mean, unless of course you listen to something totally different. He made the point that the results as of 2024 suggest that in those areas, our candidates, and even in areas where we had parliamentary candidates, and it's on record. I mean, you can reference Honorable Collins Adumako, who is an MP somewhere in Ashanti region, making reference to the same thing that Dr. Bernie Champon has spoken about. Even his own running mates in the 2024 elections asserted to the fact that, well, I mean, this was an individual who came and said that we should vote, and if you vote for him, he would deliver the votes from the Zongo vote, the Northern vote, the Volta votes, and it didn't happen. And we are a political party. And these are people who are contesting to lead the party in the quest to gain power in 2028. So making reference to these promises that were made and the bare facts on the ground. I honestly don't see any tribal bigotry in this conversation.
By referencing that very volatile situation in the northeastern part of the country would degenerate matters, don't you think? And that is why people are condemning that. And again, it also goes to suggest that the MPP lost those seats because of his ethnicity. And his aide, who spoke to me a short while ago, has said, in '92 you had no seats there at all. Dr. Bawumia was not on the flag. In 2000 the same thing happened, and he lists all of that, including 2012 when the whole Upper East went green and all of that. The Kusasi land was green and not blue. Yeah. He says that Dr. Bawumia was never the flag bearer all these while. So why are you raising it at this time? And again, even in areas where Dr. Bawumia necessarily doesn't hail from, and you have your own people hailing from, you lost in those seats too, or in those areas too.
No, but you see, Umaru, we don't want to go into a certain banter with our own brothers. I mean, this is an internal contest. And I'm saying that even in this conversation, he prefaced that with the fact that Dr. Bawumia was a victim of circumstances, and that the New Patriotic Party, the political party, the New Patriotic Party, and like every other political party, has a sole aim, a sole motivation, and that sole motivation is to win power. And now, if you want to win 2028, and the issues and the dynamic and the situation on the ground hasn't changed, then it makes sense to change direction and present a candidate that will be able to win us the power come 2028. And that is devoid of any sentiments or emotions. So if you want to, people are indulged in red herrings and trying to ascribe tribal bigotry and all of that. But you see, it doesn't also even make sense, because there's an individual who is on record to have supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia extensively. And he has said that, I hold a lot of respect for Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bernie Champon does same. And these are relationships that we would hold for forever until we leave this earth. You know, so you don't use an internal election like the one that we are having to break these long-standing relationships. And there's absolutely nowhere in the conversation that he had that suggested that mention was being made of his ethnicity and that the reason why we lost the elections because of that. It is because there's a particular situation, the dynamics. And he made reference to even the NDC. The NDC has a certain MO that they use, where they choose a running mate from the same region consistently and all of that, because they know that inures to their political advantage. And so these are party people, and we have to contextualize this conversation. Right? These are party people who have met, having a conversation, trying to make decisions to go on the ground to now list the attributes of a candidate and what he stands for and what he believes in. And that aspect of the conversation was just a small and minute aspect of the conversation. If people had even taken their time to actually play the entire audio from where he came from and how he actually arrived at that particular narrative, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation.
But with all the brouhaha surrounding the comments made by your boss, and with hindsight now being your working mate, would you say that one can ye and you would possibly apologize and withdraw the comments?
But what is the exact comment? I mean, because I'm struggling to, what is the exact comment? What is it? What in that particular comment connotes tribalism and bigotry? What's the exact comment?
Should I play it?
Yeah, because I mean, if you have the audio, because like I said to you, I was present in that particular meeting. And he made attention to the fact that this is a fine gentleman who he respects and who is a victim of circumstances. However, for us to be able to move away from the emotions and the sentiments that comes with some of these considerations, if a political party MPP wants to win in 2028, and as far as you're concerned, we don't know that within 3 years those dynamics will change, then it makes sense for us to present him as a candidate to win us those votes.
And reject Dr. Baumia because you will not get votes from the other ethnic group.
No, but that's what I'm saying, that if you want to use that analogy, right? Going by that analogy, if I come and say to you that if you vote for me, Eric Chum, I will get the vote from here, here, and here, is that not that does not amount to tribalism? I mean, come on. I mean, it's all we are politicians at the end of the day, and there's an internal. Okay,
I played it earlier. I played the audio earlier, but since you are asking that I play it, I think it's only fair that I play it again, perhaps for the benefit of my audience who may not have heard you, and also for perhaps your own use. So if you could just indulge me, I want to just play that now.
Okay, sure.
And in 2024, if you would everyone upper west and northern,
You've heard him there, Mr. Chum. So he said that Kufuor has won it, Akufo-Addo has won it, but because this person that you have put in power now, or in holding the flag now, is from one ethnic group, it made you lose from OT all the way up there. Clearly, it's an apparent reference to Kusasi votes versus Mamprosi votes. That's what it is.
Yeah, but we are in the business, we are in the political enterprise, we're in the business of winning votes. And you have an individual gunning for these particular votes and asking the party to present him as a candidate to win us that victory. he actually prefaced it. And I don't know if you actually have that portion of the video that suggests that Dr. Bawumia was a victim of circumstances. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. Now, the narrative out there is that he was indulged. He was actually engaged in some tribal bigotry or whatever it is that people are actually talking about. And he has actually come out to clarify that that was not what he actually thought to do.
Okay.
Now, if you want to, ascribe bigotry and all sorts of things because of an internal party process, when we finish this process, we are one big family. We are all interrelated. We are connected. We have friends for a very long time. And I would urge some kind of caution in terms of these things, because at the end of the day, we are one political party. And if you know me very well, I don't even engage in these things when it comes to people from the opposition. So I honestly don't want to go into some kind of banter with anybody. But the reality is that the audio is clear. The conscience of the candidate is very clear. He never sought to engage in any sort of tribal bigotry or whatever it is. All that he spoke about was the data, was the facts on the ground, and the fact that if we present him as a candidate in 2028, the party stands to win in that election.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Eric Chum. He speaks for the Brian Champon campaign. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. AGB.
Political science lecturer Jonathan Asante-Otre is calling on the MPP presidential aspirants to prioritize competence, character, and tangible achievements over divisive rhetoric. The race for the vacant Aquitia parliamentary seat is intensifying as major parties step up campaigning ahead of the by-election on September 2, 2025. The seat became vacant following the death of Ernest Kumi in July, shortly after winning the 2024 election. In an interview with Citi News, NDC candidate Bernard Bediako said he believes his message of incumbency advantage will persuade voters to elect him.
God willing, it's a done deal for me and then the NDC. What is most important is the problems that Aquitia and then Chambo as a district, the problems that confronts us. We need to deal with infrastructure, unemployment. NDC has over 184-85 MPs. We've not even sorted them out, because these are people who align with the policies of the government. They share the same vision. So it is important that we acknowledge the fact that the sitting president is the sitting president. Every resources and every opportunity is vested in his hands. At the end of the day, if we know who the president is, and I am the representative of the people, whose cross I should carry to the president, it makes it a bit easier.
Bernard Bediako is NDC's candidate for the upcoming Aquitia by-election. For the MPP, the party says its candidate Solomon Kwame Asumedu is poised to retain the Aquitia seat. Speaking to Citi News, former NPP elections and research officer in Aquitia, Stephen Ajay, expressed confidence in the party's chances.
We have presented a genuine candidate, a candidate we feel can win the seat for us. Yes, because he's a minor, and he has impressed so many people. And I can tell you, he's the best choice to beat the NDC man. You see, on the grounds, let me tell you, we have gained the grounds, and we are confident that the masses are going to vote for Uwu.
Former elections and research officer for the NPP in Aquitia, Stephen Ajay. Tune in to Channel 1 TV and Citi FM for a special coverage ahead of the Aquitia by-election called the Aquitia Watch, which is hosted by Umaru Sanda daily at 3 p.m. Away from that, the National Youth Organizer of the NDC, George Opariado, says the party remains law-abiding and will not engage in activities that could destabilize the country. He urged NDC supporters campaigning and voting in the Aquitia by-election to refrain from acts that could trigger violence.
If you know the history of Aquitia, you will know that one particular party is notoriously known for always unleashing violence. That is the NPP. The NDP is a law-abiding political party. We will not indulge in any acts that will destabilize this country. We are the midwives of Ghana's democracy. We hold it very dear. So whatever we have to do to make sure that we safeguard that democracy, we will do. We have told our supporters to refrain from doing anything that will lead to violence in this election. But I want to assure our brothers on the other side that we will not countenance any violence from anybody. We have told the security agencies to be alert and to be on a lookout, and then to deal with anybody who tries to foment trouble anywhere. The NDC will not foment trouble, but that doesn't make us meek, and that doesn't make us weak. We will stand our ground when we have to, and we will make sure that the right things are done at every polling station.
That was National Youth Organizer of the National Democratic Congress, George Opariado.
Let's go to the Savannah region now. We are told 5 persons were killed in an area known as Biniri due to a clash over land. We are told that there's heavy security deployment in that particular area. Ghazari Malik is our correspondent in the Savannah region. He's joining us on the line. Malik, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. So this happened over the weekend. What's the status report now?
Yes, currently calm is setting in. The information we are getting on the ground, calm is setting in currently.
But what happened exactly?
Yes, that is about unconfirmed information from the grounds indicates that there is about a parcel of land that the chief reserved for future development. Then later on that he heard that some individuals were trying to develop it. Then he said, no, I've reserved it for future development, for either school or any other infrastructure that the community may get. Then it came out with some confusion and it resolved. Then later on, yesterday, that the whole thing also stuck up, and which led to the death of even the son of the chief of Kalba.
I see. What is the security situation currently in terms of actions by the Regional Security Council?
The security situation currently is they are trying to protect lives and properties, and also trying to see that it doesn't escalate. But that has even slipped off, because we this evening we just heard that one community around that side, that it has escalated to that side, which led to one death again. So totaling the death roll to 6.
That's sad. And that community, was it a reprisal, retaliatory attack, or is also related to the same land?
That, according to unconfirmed reports from the grounds, there is indicated that they mistook the fellow to be the other side.
I see. Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and please keep an eye on that story for us. Malik Ghazari is our Savannah regional correspondent. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Up next is business news, and then we have Point Blank. I have a special guest, Member of Parliament from the Talensi constituency in the Upper East region. Please stay with us.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Channel 1 TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Before the end of this year, some significant improvement would have been noticed on that road. And it's not going to be a 9-day wonder. He's back to site to continue with the project.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
A lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation.
Everything in this world is subject to abuse.
And that's why there are checks and balances. That's why you have to also go to court and do.
From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
People normally enter the boat without the life jackets. We believe strongly that if they were wearing life jackets, their lives would have been saved.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
I thought I should contain myself. But he should be careful. He did not win the election on merit. The NDC won the Asokwa election by default. For whatever reason, we, the MPP, we decided to hand over power later.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Like a fiesta on my side, I'm all wrapped up. And though I think about is my pay, I get classic, I get bloody, I get stronger, also fruity. But of course, all not to take me under, skin to skin, oh no. All I need is my extra pain, doing so big, so goes on the glow. And keep the vibe 100 with no party packs. Fiesta, fiesta. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Afro-Savannah Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Ecobank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akenten. Let's settle for the details. Government is being urged to roll out stronger measures to cushion the city against the anticipated surge in import demand in the final quarter of the year. Businesses say the recent gains of the local currency have boosted planning and renewed confidence across key sectors. Speaking to Citi Business News at the 4th Ghana Corporate Brands Award, Events Director at Marvin's Communications, Seth Jojo Danso Asante, noted that corporate brands are increasingly calling for firmer policy support to sustain growth and competitiveness.
We've done a lot of research, and if our currency can be held stable, that will do companies great good, because now and then companies are importing from other countries. They use the dollar to trade. So if the cedi is held at where it is, or even if the cedi to dollar, the cedi keeps growing stronger, then companies will benefit a lot, because in our research they keep complaining about the currency. There was the electricity issues, but then that has been solved by the government, and we say kudos to this government.
That was the event director at Marvin's Communications, Seth Jojo Danso Asante. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Abdul Razak, called on corporate brands to partner with government's 24-hour economy initiative to strengthen Ghana's position as a safe investment destination.
Let's also remember that Ghana itself, it's a brand. And under the leadership of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, we are working very hard to give this brand a new meaning through the 24-hour economy. And in this vision of the 24-hour economy, everyone has a part to play. And every Ghanaian brand present here today must become an ambassador for telling the world that Ghana is more than just cocoa and gold.
Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Abdul Razak Baba, in a strategic move to strengthen governance and drive growth in the petroleum sector, the National Petroleum Authority (NPA) has commenced deliberations on a draft NPA bill aimed at reforming the industry's regulatory framework. Minister for Energy and Green Transition John Jinapor disclosed that while the sector has seen notable progress, critical issues around resource control and regulatory authority require urgent review. Speaking at a stakeholder forum in Accra, the minister stressed that modernizing the legal and operational structures of the NPA will be key to unlocking further investment and accelerating the sector's growth trajectory.
There are four or so critical ones, in my opinion. And one is centers of power, resource control, absolute authority, and policy as well. How do we navigate that so that everybody's interest is covered? Access 19, like the Chief Executive said, is about 20 years old. It's not done bad at all. And I'm learning a lot of lessons from the petroleum sector. And I've made a lot of position papers to cabinet. The petroleum sector, in my opinion, despite the challenges, seem to be doing better than the power sector.
That was the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor. Government is set to introduce a national digital trust framework to strengthen confidence in digital trade and enhance cross-border transactions for local businesses. Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevel, shared details of the initiative during the National ICT Week celebration in Accra, telling Citi Business News that the framework will play a key role in driving Ghana's digital economy.
It is part of the things that we are outdooring tomorrow. So we are looking at outdooring our certifying agency. The certifying agency will be mandated to provide certificates for authentication. And this is to engender digital trust in the system. Now, if people are defrauded, for example, if you buy a shirt online, you see an online store, you go there, you buy a shirt, you pay, and at the end of the day, it is not delivered. Your trust for online transactions diminishes. And when that happens over a long time, people may not be interested in transacting digitally. And to link it up, this is even just internal trade. We are also talking about a continental trade or even trade within our sub-region, ECOWAS.
Dr. Mark Oliver Kevel is Director General of the National Information Technology Agency. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejibi Wiafe Akinti. Up next is Point Blank.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, and what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it will protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. total. And what they bust my mind says, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now,
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you have the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The gogo.
And Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
And let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's much we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sandama. The Point Blank on Eyewitness News is brought to you by Valles Lease Equip Limited. Valles Lease Affordable Document Management Solutions. On Point Blank tonight, we're going to the Upper East region to speak to Mahama, not John Mahama, Daniel Mahama. Daniel Doom Mahama. Is that how it's pronounced? Doom? Yeah. Okay. He is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the people of Talensi. And he's my guest tonight on Pamela. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm doing well.
Dong in Dagari means son of, I think. Now, what does Dung mean?
First of all, let me thank the people of Talensi and use this opportunity to thank all the farmers in Talensi and all the people of Talenteng. I'm grateful for the opportunity given to me. Don in Talensi means growth.
Growth. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So your name is Daniel Growth Mahama.
Yes.
It means that you help Mahama case.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your elections. How has it been for you? Have you finished celebrating? The victory parties, are they over?
Oh, they are over. Now
yeah,
we are on work.
And they are working.
Yes.
How is Talensi? Where is Talensi? Upper East, but which part of Upper East is Talensi?
Yeah. Talensi is in Upper East. And when you go to Upper East, we have the Central, the East, and the West. I want to talk
using when you say Central East, so the people who go to Upper East typically would go through Tamale.
Yes.
And the Central Spine, which will take you to Bolga.
Yes.
So which side of that main road is Talensi? Are you on the left or on the right?
I'm just at the gateway to Upper East. When you get to the Palogu Dam, that's the beginning of my constituency.
No, but when I was going to, so there are some two rivers you cross from after where the Nasia. After Nasia in the northern region, you go through northeast, and then you enter Upper East. I think there's a river that you cross to enter Upper East. I don't know if it's black or white water.
That's the white water.
Okay, so after that,
that's the beginning of Talenteng.
When you say Talenteng, what is that?
That is a Talensi. That's my constituency, and that's the Talenteng. When we talk of Talenteng, is the people who live in Talent.
Oh, okay. So it's like the traditional area.
Yes.
How many constituencies do the people of Talenteng? The people of Talenteng, how many constituencies do you have? Apart from Talensi, do you have another constituency?
Oh no, we have one.
So it's only Talensi.
Yes.
And so the base of the region is Talensi.
Yes.
So you are on both sides of the road, left and right?
Left and right.
Which means you border Upper West region?
Yes.
And on the east, you also border where?
On the east, we border with.
Okay, so which are the constituencies that are your borders?
Yeah, that is Zebila.
Zebila to the east.
Yes.
Zebila being Boku West.
Boku West. And then Savannah, that is Walwali.
Savannah region.
Yes.
No, Savannah region.
Hey, Walwali.
Waliwali.
Yes.
That's northeast.
Northeast. Then
Zuarungu being southern part of Bolga.
Bolga East. Yes. These are the constituencies that we share. And then Nabdam.
Talensi, Nabdam.
Yes.
So Nabdam people are different from Talensi people.
Nabdams are different from Talensis.
And to the north, you are bordered by Zuarungu.
Yes.
And then to the west, you don't have constituencies in Upper West that you border?
No.
Okay, I see. How big is your constituency in terms of landmass?
Oh, in terms of landmarks,
is it one of the biggest in the region, or is a small constituency?
No, I think when you are taking landmarks, Tamsi will be the third.
Oh, in the Upper East.
Yes.
Okay, so it's big.
It's big.
How about population, human beings?
Human being population, we are over 98,000 people.
That's big.
Yeah.
What are the major towns in your constituency?
Oh, we have Tongo, that is the central part of the Talensi. Then we have Winkogu. We have Bari.
Winkogu is in your
constituency.
That's where my brother Maxo Adombila Kalari is from.
Yes.
Winkogu, okay.
We have Winkogu, we have Palogu, we have Shiga, we have Bari, we have Yazori, we have Datoko, we have Nung, we have Dusi. These are some of the major constituencies. And we have Yamaga, and we have Tongo Central itself.
And the capital is Talent.
No, the capital is Tongo. Yes.
So Tongo is a mountain?
Well, we have the Tongo Hills.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's not in your constituency.
Oh, no, it's in our constituency. And that is part of the
So the major town for you is Tongo?
Yes, that's our capital.
Talensi people are Frafra, correct?
Yes.
So it's another variation of Frafra, or?
You know, when we talk of Frafra, truly we are all Frafras. But when you come into Frafra, we have those who speak Talent, those who speak Nabd, those who speak Groni. But the tribe entirety is Frafra.
So the Frafra constituencies are Bolga Central, Bolga East, Talensi, and Nabdam.
Nabdam.
Those are the only 4 constituencies?
No.
Or you have more?
No, we have 5.
Which one is the 5th one?
We have Bolga Central, Talensi, Nabdam, Bongo.
Bongo and then Bolga East. Okay, okay, I see. What is the mainstay of the people of Talensi?
The mainstay of the people of Talensi?
What do they do?
Well, that is farming and mining.
You have mines?
Yeah, we have mines.
Okay, we'll talk about the mines, but we'll talk about farming first. What do the people farm?
Oh, we farm groundnut, maize, millet, early millet, and then watermelon, tomatoes, pepper. These are crops that we actually farm in Talensi.
Polugu is in your place?
Yes.
And the Polugu place, do we have products to feed it, and are these products from raw materials to feed it, and are these raw materials from your constituency, or they are brought from outside?
You know, the Polugu factory is not actually working.
It's not?
It's not working.
But if it were working, would you have enough tomatoes to feed it?
Yes, Upper East can feed it.
Upper is not, I mean, talking about just your area, considering that you have a water body, don't you?
Oh, we have a lot of water bodies and dams. But Talensi alone cannot feed the factory. The factory has to be filled with Upper East and
so
other
it's big. So
it's a big factory.
But that's why they have to then go to tomatoes, get tomatoes in Burkina Faso and all of that. Now, the fact that the factory is not working, do you still have people growing tomatoes there?
Yes, we have a lot of people growing tomatoes by the Polugu dam. And then we have other dams that is within Pusugnamu. We have some in Tongo Central. We have almost 18 dams within Talensi. And across all the dams, people farm tomatoes and pepper.
18 dams. Are they under the One Village, One Dam?
No. I think the One Village, One Dam in Tennessee, it couldn't survive.
Why?
Where they did one was Yamuga, and the first 2 rains washed it away.
Wash it away? How can you wash a dam away? A dam is supposed to prevent water from moving. How does it get washed away?
The first 2 rains actually cleared the dump off in Yamuga. It's just behind the Yamuga Chief Palace, and the dump is now, let me use the word, it used to be a stream, so the stream have just taken its own shape.
So there's no dam?
There's no dam. No.
But the 18 dams you talk about, what kind of dams are these? Engineered irrigation dams, or what kind of dams?
These are irrigation dams.
Done by who? Achampong?
Some was done by Achampong, the PNDC, Rawlings era.
And that's what your people use for farming?
Yeah, we use for farming.
Mostly tomatoes?
Tomatoes.
And you also do grains?
Yes.
Sorghum?
We do sorghum.
What's the state of the Pologo tomato factory?
The state of the Pologo tomatoes factory, I think it has not been in operation for a very long time. I've paid a visit to the place twice. When you go, there's only the security man that is there. So truly, it is not working, and you cannot just give any quantum of measure to it.
But are there equipment in the factory?
Oh, the equipments are still there.
Brought since when?
I think since the establishment of that factory.
And are they in good shape, do you know?
Yeah, they're in good shape. When you go, it actually is a silver or color machines, and truly there's no, apart from the buildings and other distance, but when they open, you can see that the machines are actually...
But the place is locked and the security man is at the gate.
The place is locked and the security man is at the gate. But
I thought the last government said they were working on reviving the place.
No, actually there wasn't anything.
They haven't done anything?
No.
But I think they said they did the road to the place and they were preparing to work on the place or something like that.
No, the road was not worked on.
So there's nothing?
There's nothing.
Interesting. You have guinea fowls?
Yes, we have guinea fowls in Tanington.
It's a big potential, isn't it?
It is.
People down south love guinea fowl and also love the eggs. What do you think, in your own estimation, can be done to bring guinea fowl eggs from northern Ghana to the south for people who like it here? Because there was a time where quail eggs became a huge issue in this country. I don't know what happened, it has subsided, but guinea fowl eggs, a big deal. Guinea fowl meat itself, a big deal. What do you think can be done so that people would get more from the guinea fowls that they raise? Because over there, I think they rear them like in the bush. They don't really keep them in a poultry farm or anything. It's just a part of the household, correct?
Yeah.
So in the afternoon, you go and look for the eggs in the bush and collect them and come and put them in the house. That's how it happens, right?
Oh no, that is not how it is.
That's how my mother used to. If you have guinea fowl, when in the afternoon it is singing, then we know that it's laid egg. Then we go and collect the egg and bring it home.
No, actually, some people are still practicing the traditional way of doing, but we have other people who have established a standard way of rearing them, and they have actually caged the places for them.
So what do you think can be done so that the farmers who do those things would gain a lot from it?
First, I think my predecessor, Honorable B.T. Baba, bought almost 20 to 50, I think 50 incubators, distributed it to our people in the area. And a lot of people within Upper East actually now use incubators for hatching of the guinea fowls. So people are doing it in commercial business. And I think with the NDC policy of Nkukon Kitinkiti,
they didn't say a confirming Kitinkiti. Mama said Akukon Kitinkiti.
It's about poultry.
You continue.
It's about poultry. So when it comes, others may use this for this guinea fowl rearing, and others may use it for bears. And I think with those supports, it will help. And personally, I also want to support some of the farmers who are willing to do the farming.
You mentioned the person you took over from Benson Tongo Baba. He took over from John Aquitia, right?
He took over from
Tongo Rana.
Tongo Rana.
And then who took over from John Aquitia?
Yeah.
You have stepped in very big shoes. Are they fitting? Are they too tight?
Oh, I think the first person who said this thing was His Excellency John Mahama.
He asked you this question?
He asked me this question when we lost the late Ambassador John Tia, and I paid him a visit. He said, I've stepped in a very big shoes, and those who have been in that seat, it's an enviable seat. So we should work towards it. And truly, I cannot doubt myself. And I think by the grace of God, what my predecessors did, I'll work to maintain the integrity and increase it, but not to rather spoil it.
What can you do to increase it? Or what do you plan to do to increase it?
I think where they left it, one is that in education, we are going to support in education. And one thing that I've realized, and we are working towards it, is to improve on early childhood education, the lower primary, and which is just one of the things that we are going to work on it. And next week, I'll be home. We are going to form a committee that will take on with it and see how we work on it. And besides that, with education, I want to see how, by the grace of God, we establish a training college in Tananteng. And then TVET. My predecessor, Ambassador John Tia, built a TVET school at Dusi, which is not actually. We are using it for our GSS in Dusi. There's a pavilion there. I've asked that we should work on the pavilion, move the GSS students there, and then we'll also make sure the TVET will come on and deal with the lower primary. And this will actually make the education sector improve. With the government policy of also supporting free tuition fee for first years, the university is also encourage it to move ahead. And with agriculture, I've been home twice to meet our farmers, and we are planning how to work on dry season farming. And by the grace of God, this dry season that is coming, we are going to sink a lot of boreholes within some areas that farmers want to farm. Not less than 50 boreholes for Tennessee, to make sure the farmers can do dry season farming. Because these days, the rain season, the pattern is not favorable to a lot of our farmers.
I see. On education, we are told that a lot of the young people who otherwise should be in school have gone to the mines and they are engaging in mining, and that's affecting their future. Is that true?
I don't have the statistics, so I wouldn't say it is true or not. But,
okay. But you know that there's a trend.
There's a trend. You know, wherever there's mining, a lot of the young youth actually move to the area. The last time I was there with the regional minister, and we said we are going to form a task force. When we see any child beyond a child who is not up to 18 years and is within the mining area, actually we'll make sure the person that is working with is sanctioned. And we have a lot of meetings with our community leaders and chiefs, and we are sensitizing them about the needs that all the children should be in school rather than the mines.
Okay, but there's Galamsey also in your place, and there are clashes, we are told. How are you dealing with that?
I think we have small scale mining, and then artisan mining. We don't have Galamseys.
The illegal part is what is called Galamsey. Is there illegal mining happening in your constituency?
Illegal mining. When you say illegal mining,
are people mining where they are not supposed to mine?
No, there's no anything like that.
Are people not going to mine in old mines belonging to people and these mines collapsing on them?
Actually, if you say illegal mining and this thing, most of it with Ghana, what we refer to, people are mining by the water bodies and causing pollution to the waters and all that.
Or entering the forest and destroying the forest.
But
that's not happening in your place.
No, actually, it's not happening.
And they are also not entering old mines and killing themselves.
In Tennessee, we don't have an old mining. Okay. What is there is that we had pits that people were mining in it, and when the mining company came, they bought some part of the concessions. So they mine close to each other, but we don't have old mining pits that have been abandoned that our people are mining in it now.
Okay, so I think the issue with your area then would be Chinese miners. Yes. I'm told that some of the community people are not particularly happy with the involvement of Chinese people. Is that a problem or is it a misunderstanding?
I wouldn't say our people are not happy with the Chinese miners. We don't have Chinese who are doing any artisan mining or other distance. The Chinese who are there, we have the Cardinal Namdini, we have the early mining group, which used to be Sanji, and they are doing their mining. A lot of our people have been employed there, and Cardinal too. So, but the main problem in Tennessee when it comes to the Chinese company that are mining there is that employment sector, our people are not being considered.
By who? By the mining company.
By the mining companies.
You don't have laws that demand that the local people are involved.
Now that we are working towards it, I've pushed through it, and the chief, the traditional council, is also working on it. Last week we were to have a meeting to actually sign the social corporate responsibility with the mining companies, and there was some small challenge that we could not meet, and very soon we'll be meeting them to work on it. But our problem we have with them truly is that they are not supporting our community with employment, and then the social corporate responsibility are not doing it. Early mining, for instance, the rule that they used to apply to their mines, they have destroyed the whole road. And when Cardinal came to construct the road, they are now using it, and our people are now just on the mercy of armed robbers and other distance because the road is bad. So these are the challenges that we're having on the mining distance.
You've talked about Fologo Dam. You said nothing is happening. As a government, what is your plan to revive it? And are there steps? Are there signs?
Yeah, as a government, the NDC policy is that we are going to continue with the Fologo multipurpose dam. By next year, our budget, God grace, the Fologo multipurpose dam will be featured in it, and that will make it more that we should work on it. Because if we work on the Fologo dam, it will help a lot of things. This spillage of water from Bagri Dam, that's actually displaces a lot of farm crops.
They've opened the dam now. Has the water entered your constituency yet?
I think so, because since yesterday and this morning, the water level have increases. And
they said they will open the dam today.
Yes, but first they said 27th, and today
they've reversed it and brought it today.
Today, yes.
So, is your community ready?
We are ready.
NADMO, everybody is ready.
Yeah.
We wouldn't see loss of lives. People have moved.
So good, no. People have moved. What we did is that we had a meeting with the regional minister, the DC, Honorable John Millim, and the NADMO officers met, and then they took a decision, and then they went around all the community to meet those who are living by the river banks to inform them about the spillage. And we did some announcement on the radio. We also informed the traditional leaders to get all the communities informed.
So we shouldn't worry that problems would arise?
No. Okay. One, there may be problems that will be arising because we are human beings, and what we have put in place is that we have some canoes, and then NADMO has provided us with some life jackets, and we have community volunteers who are going to be around the river banks to see. Because a lot of people have not picked their crops. And this year the rain pattern wasn't good. So people farm, and they thought the spillage wouldn't be soon, so that by now they'll pick their crops before that. So some people are still having their crops there. So that's why we're going to be on guard.
We pray that things go well. Thank you so much. Before you go, you have a message from Kweku Roland, who says I should say hello to you. I think he's your constituent, or he's your brother. And your other brother from Nakpanduri, Honorable Abed, also says I should say hello to you.
Thank you very much.
They say they are listening to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Honorable.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. And let me greet the people of Tennessee. And then my NDC.
Yes.
And we are going to take Aquitia seat.
Very well. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's Honorable Daniel Dung Mahama. He's Member of Parliament for Talensi. And this has been Point Blank on Eyewitness News. Point Blank brought to you by Vallis Lease, Affordable Document Management Solutions. Have a good night.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.3 Accra.